Okay, welcome guys. I'm a little disoriented today, but I am a little disoriented every day, so nothing new. What did I want to talk about? Hope you guys are having a good time. I'm gonna promote my book a little bit because that's what I do. It's going to launch 29th of this month, which is in a couple of weeks. It's quite exciting. What about it? So tired. Hey, you guys will have to give me grace today. I'm in a good mood, but I'm really tired, super tired. My husband had food poisoning yesterday and he blames me. What the fuck? How is it my fault? It's like I have to make him food, and then if he gets food poisoning, it's my fault. It's so unfair. And yeah, it was not my fault. He just ate old meat. It was in the fridge for too long. That's not my fault. Okay, I cooked it good. And yeah. Anyway, so I'm tired. Anyways, let's see. What do I want to say about the book? If you guys want free first chapter and prologue of the book, you can check it out in the links below if you want to see and get a taste of the book before you even try, because I don't want you to have to buy something you don't like and then like return. I don't know about returning it. I'm sure you can return it, no problem, but like don't waste your time, you know. Anyways, that's cool. And then see, I had to say that. Oh, funniest story. Kind of blue. I'm gonna buy it and return it. You know, someone else told me they were gonna buy it and give me a bad review. So as long as you return it and don't give me a bad review, then I'm good. Yeah, suck it. Kind of blue. And welcome. Suck it and welcome to my channel. Or stream. I don't know what this is. I'm used to saying channel. Okay. Oh, what is this phase? What phase? See, you know, these new things are too foreign to me. I mean, it should be foreign to you too, right? Because you're like 1,000 years old. So I don't get the faces at all. There's one that says Pong Champ, and then another one says Craigasm. What is Craigasm? What the hell does that mean? What is this one? Suck it. I don't get it. Oh, is this emoji from someone's channel? That's cute. Now I like that. Maybe I should make one. Okay, sorry, side note about my book. It was a funny thing that I've been using. It's not because it's not a good book, but I've been using it to fall asleep. And it's because I'm rereading it, and I've read this book 1,000 times, so I'm kind of used to it, and I'm getting kind of bored. I swear it's a good book. People have told me it's a page turner, or whatever you call that. I don't know. They liked it. Lots of people have liked it, but because I've read it so many times, I kind of like having it like by my bedside, because I use it to fall asleep. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh great, I'm up, and then I get anxiety, and then I just read the book, and then I fall back asleep. So that's been cool. If you guys don't want to buy my book because it's entertaining, that's fine. If you buy it because it's better than Benadryl, that's even better. More sales no matter what. That's how I think of it. Okay, I am a little tired today, so just bear with me. Kind of blue. I think you're the only one on. I don't know. Who knows? But I am tired today, so you can give me grace, please. Thank you. Oh, okay, here, next thing. I'm done with this book thing. Self-promotion time, and I wanted to talk about fantasies. Is it all right to have fantasies when you're in a relationship? Is it okay for you to fantasize about other people while you're in a relationship? You know, sexy time or falling in love, God knows what you're thinking, that rubbish in your mind. But is it okay? So I feel like a lot of people would say it's not okay to do that. What do you think, Kind of Blue? Might as well talk to you about it. I think it's all right. I mean, I know guys think it's all right because they can't help it, I feel. They only think with their one head, and it's not this one. Kind of Blue says, just don't say the wrong name during sexy time. Agreed. Do you ever? I don't know. Yes. But then you can also see it's kind of ambiguous, because you can also use that person to fuel the sexy time that you're currently in, even if it's not with the person you're doing it with. Like it can all be helpful, kind of like watching porn while you're having sex with someone or being intimate with someone, because you're getting riled up by someone else, but it's kind of like it's all to have the purpose of benefiting the person you're doing it with. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hi, just listening. Yes, enjoy your work. Sorry you're at work. Well, technically this is work for me too, so it's only kind of Boo that's chilling. Lucky you. Welcome, Strider. Okay, forget. What was I saying? Yes, I think I used to think it was bad to fantasize about other people, and then you know how you get in fights with boyfriends because you're like trying to control them and trying to control the fact that you don't want them to cheat on you or God knows what. It's always a super huge fear for women. I would say we gotta let go. You know, you can't. It's so much. It's like, is it okay to watch porn if you're in a relationship? Is it okay to look at IG models if you're in a relationship, or like all those sexy like TikTok videos and the sexy dancing? Is it any of it okay in a relationship? I think you can't control someone and make them stop. I mean, if they have an addiction, for sure, like that's something you guys should have a discussion about. But like, if they're just enjoying themselves and this is how they enjoy themselves, I feel like you can't really stop them. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've also grown, and like, if I told my 20-year-old me this situation, told her that you can't stop them, my 20-year-old me would not listen to my 34-year-old me. So, kind of Blue, it says, is it okay to make porn if you're in a relationship? Make porn? I don't think so. I don't think that's okay, because that's cheating, right? You're like, and you're sharing it with the world. It's like the ultimate cuckold, I feel. It is paid work. Okay, here. It should be that. Thank you for that. It was great. It should be okay as long as everyone is communicative and consensual about what's going on. I think it's the same with if you happen to be a sex worker, you know, like as long as everyone knows what's going on, then it should be okay, I think. I mean, that's what I'm saying. But if you didn't tell the person that you were making porn and then you made it and shared it, it would be like the ultimate cuckold. I don't know. What do you think? Yes, that is my thing. Anyways, I was just saying that I don't think it's bad to fantasize. And you can't control someone's mind. You can't control their thoughts. You can't control if they cheat. So like a part of you just got to let go. I mean, the jealous part of you, but that's trauma. So go to a therapist and like deal with the trauma you have, because Vietnamese women have a lot of trauma when it comes to men cheating. It's like such a big thing because all of our uncles and fathers have second families, and yeah, something I had to get through. But anyways, also I thought it was kind of cool because here, if you think about your fantasies, let me know if you guys have a specific fantasy you have in mind, because we can dissect why you have it. It's the same with me. I have fantasies about dating a nice guy, and that's because I did not get to do that. I bottle my trauma. But you can express it here. It's a safe place if you'd like. Bury it deep. I'm sure you do, but that's not very healthy, is it? I mean, you know this isn't healthy. But like, if you would, either way, this is talking about your fantasy. It's not even talking about your trauma. It's just talking about your fantasy. So if you have one, please like share if you'd like. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I'd never respected nice men when I was younger. And I think it was like, you know, familiar love kind of bullshit. And then when you're young, you're in your childhood, and then it becomes like something. It's so sad. And securely attached people are so lucky. They have a good childhood, and then they have a good adulthood. Unlike us, like messed up children, like we have to work really hard to get to where they are. Anyways, it's because I can't date anymore because I'm married, and I feel like I want to redeem myself and choose a man that would have been a good guy, you know. But anyways, so that's one of my trauma. That's my grief that I'm trying to get over. But it's interesting to see how fantasies relate to the things you want or don't have in reality. I thought it was kind of fascinating. Like, I also been like, if a guy makes me feel alive, he will be in my fantasy. If he makes me feel alive, he's in the fantasy somewhere. I don't know if he's in like with all lined up with men or whatever, or just with one-on-one, but like somehow if you make me feel alive, you will be, not you per se, but like that person will be in my fantasy. Okay, what are those? What makes a guy good? Oh, like a nice guy, a good guy? Well, first of all, they can't be like those nice guys that are only nice and they expect you to put out or expect you to give them love or those kind of things. Like that's like really entitled and whatever. They're only doing it for the wrong reasons, and you can never, you know, You can never control someone like that, you know? Anyways, that's not a nice guy. But what is a nice guy? I think a nice guy would be considerate of everyone, not just me, the person they want to bang. It would be like, a nice guy would be, I don't know, empathetic? You just know a nice guy when you see a nice guy. I feel like they're not that common. What do you think, Kind of Blue? Nice guys shouldn't be nice. Got it. So stupid. Nice guys shouldn't be nice and expect pootie tang. That's it. That was what I was saying. Not nice guys shouldn't be nice, dumbass. Okay. Strider says, it's funny you're talking about this. Check out the random thought I posted on server. Okay, let me see. Yes, I was too busy, so I wasn't on. But okay, sure. Random thought I was well before. Yep, could have fit. What is this? Oh, is this the Titanic? It's always the Titanic. Oh, it's so funny how they have like different. Yes, that's funny. It's like, okay, we can do it this way. We can do it. I mean, that's not a random thought. I think it was on Family Guy. Family Guy did the same thing. That was hilarious. They were like, no, it doesn't. There's not enough room. It's like this huge door, and then it's just Rose, and then Jack's like, no, or Rose is like, no, you can't fit. It's so funny. Okay, here, going back to the fantasy. Unless you guys have something you want to talk to me about, I'm fine with that too. I have that fantasy of dying. You've never seen Titanic? Okay, one sec. Fine, we will talk about my thing in a second. You haven't seen Titanic? Where have you been your whole life? You know, my husband watched it with his family, his parents, when he was like, I don't know, 12 or whatever. And like, it was the first time he saw boobies and his parents were mortified. They were like, they didn't know what the movie was about. They just, all of their friends told them to watch it. And yeah, it was kind of funny. Anyways, you should watch it. Maybe we could watch parts of it together. Maybe we could watch the main parts together. I mean, yeah. It was a decent movie. I don't think it was as good as everyone. It was a good movie. It's just not as good as everyone says it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like culture now. I don't think it was that good. Okay, anyways. Going back to my fantasy thing. I was going to say that my husband, I fantasize about him dying all the time. And I don't think it's messed up because I only do it because when you get married, you close off all the other doors. Even though this is a good door I went through, you close off every other door. And the personality I have I'm extroverted. I like potential. I like opportunities. I'm always thinking of a new idea. I'm always about novelty. And so this is just something I had to grieve. Even though I live an amazing life, I would say that still, like, the reality is always gonna be a little disappointing. Not in a bad way, but like, you know, you mourn lots of things. There's lots of things to mourn. Anyways, moving on. Kind of Blue says, Jesus, how much life insurance does this guy have? Because I expect him to die or I want him to die. He does have a decent amount. And I've already told you guys, and I'll probably put on the stream that I'm going to I'm not going to poison my husband. I don't need the life insurance money. Here, I'll tell you something. I think I've talked to him about it because then it was like a thing. He was like worried I'd kill him. We talked about killing each other, whatever. And then he said, I said I wouldn't kill you because you're worth more to me alive. See, just wait until you retire, then we'll talk. Yes, Kind of Blue, how dare you? Okay. I think I'm done with the fantasy thing. I think so. I had a random thought about 20-year-old women who want to get free drinks from men. I just want to give you a tip out there, even though everyone on the server is male. To steal from these kind of men, actually. Get drinks from these men. Don't put out. Just get drinks from them and, like, move on. Unless you want to put out, your choice. But, yeah, what I do when I want to be at a table, I just stand next to the table, see whoever, and ask them if they have a cigarette, especially if someone's smoking. Then I would and then start a conversation with them because you're smoking and you're next to each other. And then eventually they will ask you to have a drink at their table. that has worked for me for years, and I just want to pass on this knowledge, like all this party clubbing knowledge that I don't use anymore, and I just wanted to be useful. Anyways, Kind of Blue says, how many pillows do you use while sleeping? Why do you ask that? It's so random. I use 2 pillows. One is for, because I side sleep a lot, and it's better for your back if you put a pillow in between your legs. Or like I do the 4 kind of thing where your legs are, one leg is up like a 4. Yes, and I put a pillow there, and then I have a pillow on my back. Why do you ask? Or on my head. And then, what was I going to say? These days, my friends who are in their 30s still miss clubbing, but they don't want to stay out that late. I don't want to stay out that late. So these days, I think there's like this 30 plus crowd. It's called like an early clubbing situation. I think you can look it up in your area, but like it's from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and they play all of that millennial music, and you get to dress up and like go clubbing, but you know, you don't have to be up at midnight or like 2 a.m. So that was fun. I just wanted to share that too. All right. Why'd you ask about the pillows? Now I need to know. Okay, so the title of this Twitch thing says STDs greater than multiplying or multiplication, and I feel like you can interpret that in all the wrong ways. ChatGPT made my title, so I was just like, I'm gonna run with it because I don't have time. But that's not what I don't think. I hope no one interprets that wrong. I was saying that I think it's ridiculous that we don't have enough sex education in school, but also like parents, you're responsible to talk about sex with your children. I just feel like you have to. You can't rely on the school system to teach them stuff, and they don't go through a lot of stuff. And I was just saying that I think it's ridiculous that everyone learns how to do multiplication when we have a fucking calculator. Same with addition, subtraction. If my kid asked me, I don't know what I would say. I'd be like, I just want you to get good grades so that you can go to college if you want to go to college. So that's why you have to learn multiplication. But it's not because you can't use a fucking calculator when you're older. Everyone gets to use a calculator when they're older. This is the same with ChatGPT being like functional and like helpful. You know, it's a tool so that but you still have to think in the end. You still have to think. and anyways, they just don't teach you enough things in school. Boy, sorry. Kind of Blue says, half your country thinks sex education is the devil. I agree. Is it not like that in Canada? I think like the Strider has said that in Virginia, there's just a lot of people who do more crazy stuff at night, but then they go to church and pretend they're not so crazy, or like the sexy stuff. They like in like, what am I saying? There'd be sex parties and like orgies and like swinging, and a lot of it is in like conservative states because, well, if you shame some people into doing something and controlling them, then people are going to swing the other way and go crazy. Yeah, anyways, so wash those sins away by going to church the next day, right? I guess so. What was I going to say? Yes, actually, that's why I was bringing up the STD thing. I was going to say that I think it'd be more important for people. Like, I think you want to scare them by making these children that are teenagers take care of like toddlers, take care of babies, and then they will wear a condom. or teach them or show them pictures of like I'm sorry, STDs. It's really gross to see, kind of, right? It's kind of icky to see an STD on genitals, but like that's what you like. If you're gonna put the fear into people, it shouldn't be, oh my god, you can't have sex until marriage because God's gonna make you go to hell. No, you just show them an STD, and then people are gonna be like, I will wrap it, put a glove on it before you give some love. Anyways, Kind of Boo says, sin as much as you want and go respawn your soul at church. Yes, agreed. I think it's strange too. But that's what it meant in my title. STD greater than multiplication is not what you think it is. It actually sounds like STDs are greater than procreating, which doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I think I'm done with that. Yes. Oh, I did want to talk about my book. There was this cute thing. It's kind of pertaining social dynamics anyway. So, me and my criticisms to society. What was it? It was okay. So Bloodlust. What is it? It says, what does it say about love? What does my book say about love? It says, I might as well show it to you while I'm doing this. It says that you cannot buy love. You cannot convince someone to love you. You can cultivate an environment, kind of like you can cultivate the soil in the ground, like fertilize it and put water in it, put the seeds in, make sure they're good seeds, etc., etc., etc. But you cannot make the plant grow. Does that make sense? And I feel like that's the same with any relationship. You can try to cultivate a friendship. You can try to cultivate a loving relationship. You can try to cultivate whatever you want to cultivate, but you cannot force the other person to love you back. I think it always goes back to like feeling entitled to somebody. It's like vending machine all over again, right? Feeling entitled to somebody because you did all these nice things for them. You can't be entitled to their love. Also, do you want someone to love you just because of the nice things you did for them, or because they love you for you? You know, all those things. Anyways, I liked it because my book talks about choices. It talks about love as risky and a gamble, but like worth it, obviously. Just like friendship is worth it, even though it's a gamble. I think that's it. I don't want to read anymore. I don't want to read this. I'm tired. Okay, sorry, moving on. Yes, thank you for listening to that. I like, Kind of Blue says, I like to get condoms that are ribbed for the woman's pleasure and turn them inside out. For you, if you do that, is the condom less effective? Now I have to look it up. If you turn a condom inside out, is it less effective? It's so Kind of Blue is actually here for his own pleasure. Actually, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I feel like I'm still listening to that book by Esther Perel, and she was saying that you can't just always focus on your spouse's need or, wants and desires. You have to focus on yourself too, or else it doesn't work. Having, healthy sex would not work. So good on you for turning the condom around, I guess. Yes, it is less effective. Don't do it. So there's that too, Kind of Blue, unless you want to have children. You were kidding? Okay. I don't get this. What does this emoji do? I don't understand living. Okay, what does Strider say? My theory is love is free will, no matter what. You can't wish for it. That's true. I think you mentioned that before, and it's true. But I don't think a lot of people believe that, I think a lot of people believe if you just shove your love down their throat, they will love you back. That's not healthy. Okay, sorry, moving on. Oh, I did want to talk about one thing. I want to find it before I talk about it, though. It was about blaming other people for things that obviously isn't their fault. So, well, kind of not their fault. You're blaming the wrong person. You're getting mad at the wrong person. Give me a second, though. Oh, here. I think it was this one. Wait. Strider says, that's not love, that's obsession. Yeah. A lot of people believe in that. I mean, it's the same with why is people talking about vending machines. I saw a video recently where this guy was saying goodnight at the door, and then he was like, oh, can I come in? I make a great, a mean cocktail. And she was like, no, I'm kind of tired. Not tonight. Maybe next time. And then he was like, oh, but we could watch a movie. And then she was like, no, I don't want to. And then they closed the door, and the ring's still how doorbells have rings or whatever, and it's still recording. And he's screaming or getting mad. He's basically having a meltdown, like a tantrum, like a 2-year-old. Because this woman said no to him because he was like, oh, but don't pay for dinner, or oh, I listened to you all night, or oh, whatever, and then you don't put out, what the fuck, kind of like that. And it's so annoying to see things like that. People really believe that if you just pay for a woman that she's supposed to give you her body. That's not that what you are looking for is a prostitute. You're not looking for a relationship. You're looking for a prostitute. So next time, why don't you just go find that instead? That will make everyone else more happy. No, I think so. Okay, so yes, okay, next, moving on. I was going to talk about, you know what? I do want to take a 2-minute intermission because I'm trying to learn to like pause more often and like just be and like, you know, not feel like a performer. I will do that after this one because I don't know what to talk about next anyways. Maybe a 5-minute intermission. Anyways, this next one is about, it's not just women, but like, you know how like someone cheats on you, you blame, this happens a lot where like someone cheats on somebody in the relationship, the person that was cheated on gets mad at the adulteress, not the person in their relationship. Like if it's a guy who's a player and then he's dating this girl, but he cheats on her with someone else, the girls end up fighting. It happens a lot. Or like, I just think it's so messed up how we always blame these other people. There's so much going on there. It's like, why don't we blame the guy that's cheating, the guy who like hurt you, the guy who was in the relationship with you, or we blame, I don't know, we just blame everyone else besides the right person. And I think it's so annoying. Plus, I don't know, why do you guys think people do that? Do you think it's because they don't want to leave the partner they have? So they rather blame this adulteress who was like fooling around with the guy? I don't know. I just like do not understand. If that happened to me, I feel like, well, I'm married now, so it's different. I have a child. I'd probably have to make it work. Even if I didn't have the child, I'd probably choose to make it work if my husband did cheat on me. But if he was just my boyfriend, I'd like toss him, kick him to a curb. I don't know why people just end up, it's not worth it to be with someone you know that is going to do that to you and not care about your feelings and whatever, but you just end up blaming the other person involved when they're not in the relationship with you, you know? Like this person is responsible to being in this relationship with you, and then they buck it and then you blame someone else. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes it feel like that guy's gonna get away with it the next time and the next time because, well, you let him get away with it the first time, so why wouldn't he continue his behavior? You know, he didn't learn anything. Okay, I am done with that. Kind of Blue says, blaming the third party allows the betrayed individual to maintain an idealized view of their partner. Did you get that from ChatGPT? That sounds so wise and not like something Kind of Blue could say himself. I don't think he can generate something so wise out of his own mind. What do you... Also, you... Hey, look, the B in blaming is capitalized, and almost all of your other comments are not capitalized. So I swear you got that from the interweb. I'm sorry. Not sorry though. I swear I'm gonna Google this because I don't think, tell me the truth. Did you get that from the interweb? Dude, she roasted you as bad as she roasted me last time. Sorry. You get used to the roasting. You do. It is how I show love. If we were not, I mean, I have friends that are nice and sweet and whatever, and I love them. They're sweet. But like, I feel the closest to the people I can burn. So we're family now, right? Kind of Blue, just show me your grandma's recipe for fudge. Strider, he has a very good recipe that his grandma passed down, and he won't give it to me. But I'm family. What do you think, Strider? Am I manipulating him? Oh my god, this is from ChatGPT. Well, I don't know if that's true. No, it's from AI Overview. I don't care if I'm manipulating him. Yes. Blaming the third party helps me maintain an idealized view of the partner. Why? Why do you want to? Why would you want to keep an idealized... I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Cheating. Okay. Why would you want to keep an idealized view of your shitty partner? He will share if he chooses to. Damn it, I don't like that. I will force him to, or shove my love down his throat so that he will share it with me. And he will share it with me because I expect it. I'm entitled to it. Okay. ChatGPT says, why do they... Okay, it says... Oh, Why do people want to keep an idealized view of a cheating partner? Number one, emotional safety. Loving someone deeply wires your brain to feel safe with them. Accepting that your partner is shitty blows up your entire emotional security system. So it's psychologically easier to blame the other person, the homewrecker, than to face that your partner chose to betray you. Interesting. Number two, identity protection. People often tie their own worth to their relationship. If my partner is shitty, what does that say about me for picking them? Oh, that's true. I do that all the time. That's why I would want to date a nice guy, because I pick them so good. And then I think, fuck, what's wrong with me? Yes, identity protection. Blaming the outsider protects your self-esteem. Okay, so it says basically like, my partner is amazing. It's that manipulative third party who seduces them. Crazy. Number three, hope and avoidance of loss. Idealizing the partner helps keep hope alive that the relationship can go back to normal. People want to avoid starting over, splitting finances, telling friends and family, or co-parenting with separate homes. That's fair. That's hard. Cognitive distance. Your brain can't hold, I love this person and they're cruel enough to cheat on me at the same time without major discomfort. So your brain distorts the story to ease the pain. My partner would never do that willingly. They must have been manipulated. But okay, that's it. That's pretty cool. I liked learning about that. I didn't know why people did that. It must be really sad to be people like that, because I'm sure they do that with a lot of other parts of their life. I'm sure if you're going to do it with one part of your life, you're going to do it with other parts of your life, so that you don't really live the life you're living or enjoy the life you're living. You make these bad choices and then you stay in it. You're like buried in your bad choices. Yes, see. Okay, I said I was going to take a 5-minute intermission. So I am going to do that. I wish there was a timer. How do I add that? Can I add a timer on here? Tip ticker. We don't got no tips. That'd be great. Someday I'm going to get all the things. Not an OnlyFans account. Relax, guys. I know you guys would be so excited for my OnlyFans account. I'll show them feet. They're so nice. Only feet account, yes. But what was it? I do want like Patreon and some other stuff. Not expecting you guys to like shell out money, but for anyone else that wants to shell out money, I don't see a timer thing, so I'm just gonna take a break and put a timer on my phone, and you guys can chill here. Thanks for coming, you guys. You guys are so sweet. I love that. Oh, Kind of Blue says something. Nay? A sign for nay. For the only feet, you don't like my feet? You don't like it? It's a beautiful foot. My husband thinks I have great feet. I mean, yeah, it's not so great looking like that, but you know what I'm saying. I think it's not bad. Anyways, I think after this we can do a little gratefulness thing. I wanted to do positivity stuff, not just talk shit about life. Yeah, I wanted to say, like, there's a lot of things to be grateful for. I was wondering if you guys want to share some of the things in your life that you're grateful for this week. Not now, though. I got 5 minutes to chill. Thank you guys so much for chilling with me. I would put on some music, but I don't know how to do that yet. I was thinking of changing all of the social media stuff, or fixing it, or getting better at the social media stuff after my launch. But until then, just bear with me with the awkwardness. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lay down. I'll be back. You'll hear me, if anything. Ugh. What are these emojis? Oh, stop. What is this one? Squid? What's this one? You must really like this one person. The 4YEX20. God, that made me feel better. Thank you guys so much for resting with me. I must really like this person. I am going to follow them because, I might follow them. Maybe I'm going to follow them. Thanks, Kind of Blue. That was so helpful. I think therapy is really working for me, because usually if I was 20-year-old me would feel like I always have to talk and talk and talk. And I appreciate that I could take a break these days. That's like your true face versus your false face. bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying. How long do I have? I think I'll stay on a little longer than, I don't know what my thing was. It's usually 60 minutes to 90 minutes, but I do have to pick up my mom. I'm taking her to get her oil changed because I'm a good daughter. Let's see. Oh, my cat is so sad. So he went to the dentist or whatever, and they have to give him anesthesia. I'm going to tell the story even though, like, I already told you guys because it's a funny story and I want to tell social media so that I can attract more people like you that, like, find this humor funny. Yeah, so then on the form, in the morning, I was dropping him off. You have to make a form. You have to fill out a form. It said, like, do you want to do not resuscitate or, try to resuscitate if something bad happens, if anything were to happen. He's fine, whatever. But, like, a part of me wanted to say no. I did not want to resuscitate. And I feel like a bad person, but also not a bad person for thinking that. I only think that because I'm so tired. But, like, what are the chances, Like, I'm hoping against hope that he does end up croaking on on the table. And then I check no, but then what if I check no and he survived anyways and I'd be all sad? Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. Anyways, this morning I'm supposed to give him some pain medication. I put in his wet food and everything, and the fucker won't fucking eat it because he's all in a lot of pain. But like, I'm like, if you eat this, you won't be in pain. It's like, that's a catch-22 for sure. So he's just hiding away, and I feel bad for him. His eyes are still dilated, so he kind of looks like Puss in Boots, and it's so cute. Yeah, poor guy. Kind of Blue says, husband and cat are both in the same danger. True. Look at me. I want everyone to die, except for my daughter. I never fantasize about my daughter dying. But yeah, everyone else can croak. I don't care. Actually, fantasying means that I kind of want... This is a fantasy. Fantasies don't actually mean you want to happen in reality. This is another thing about fantasies that I've read, that you don't necessarily want to be with a different person. You don't actually want to have da-da-da-da-da. It's just... Like, I don't want my husband to croak. I don't want my cat to croak. But, like, it's just saying that there's something you need underneath that. And you have to dissect what that is. Obviously, I just need more rest. Anyways, they're on the list. You know what, Kind of Blue? You're on the list, too. The way you talking, you're too aware of what I'm saying or what I think. And you're on the list, too, because I don't want you to be talking. Telling the cops what's up, Can't find you. I know where you live. I've already found you. How creepy would that be if I already know where you live? I see you on Google Maps. Yes. Did I have more? I'm sure I have more to talk about. I just had to read it. But anyways, is there anything you guys are grateful for this week? Anything at all? It's just like positivity time. I want to bring some positive vibes to my Twitch. Yes. Let's see, what happened for me? My daughter is with my in-laws, so I get a break today. It's been a minute. I miss this. Wait, okay, Kind of Blue said I would kind of be impressed if I knew where you live. Well, I do, so you should be impressed. Just kidding, I don't know where you live. I'm not gonna stalk you either. I think it takes a lot of effort to stalk someone. I don't even know what you look like. I feel like you have to look like a 10, like an LA 10. And then also have some money for me to stalk you. And I just doubt you do, so why would I put in the effort to stalk you? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yes, I'm grateful my daughter is with my in-laws so that I can do this live stream, and because I can help my mom. And I can take a break, which is nice. LA 10 is a Quebec 6. No way. Is it? I mean, is everyone there so stunning? I didn't think so. I mean, no offense. I don't know. I don't recall when I was in Quebec. I wasn't really looking at everyone, and they didn't look like, they just looked like Caucasian people. I don't know. When I was in Sweden, I thought everyone was really tall, but I didn't know if they were all beautiful. They were just really tall. Yes. I looked so different compared to anyone in Sweden. But in Canada, everyone's the Caucasian people, white people are shorter in Canada than they are in Sweden. Kind of Blue says, they all look the same to me. Wow. I did not say that. I said that What did I say? I said that they just felt like they were like almost like shorter than the people in Sweden. I did not say they all look the same. But they didn't look like tens from LA. Okay, you know what? I am done incriminating myself today. I think that's enough. Yes. What did I want to say? Oh, I had a small joke. This is a small joke. I just write these down so they're random and they come at different times. Oh, wait. Strider says, it's a sunny day today. It's been raining for the last 3 days. Great fun for that. Oh, I love that. You're grateful for that. I love that. That is nice. I forget, where are you from? Oh, Virginia. Yes. So, I don't know. Does it rain a lot in Virginia? But anyways, it's a good thing that there's sun. I wish I could be grateful for the sun in LA, but I'm kind of spoiled, so I do complain about rain when it does rain, which is rarely, but everyone does because we're Southerners and spoiled up the wazebo. And everyone can't drive in the rain, even though it's like barely sprinkling in LA. I don't know why. We just suck at driving in the rain. You love the rain? Actually, I do love the rain too. I say that I don't because it's just like when you're around other people, they want you to say that you don't. So then I say the same thing. But I like the rain. You watch rain videos? That's cool. Strider says, not a lot, but when it does, it's like LA in June. Monsoon season. I'm glad it's sunny though. You know, I watched these people in Europe. When I was in Europe, I watched these people. It was sunny. I think it was Sweden. I don't know where we were. Maybe Copenhagen. And they come outside. They will like stop working because it's sunny. And then they'll like bask in the sun, like randomly on the street or like in a patch of grass. And I was just like in awe, I guess. I just think it's so fascinating and how appreciative they are and how they aren't workaholics and they just like stop when something beautiful happens and like take it in and appreciate the day and enjoy themselves, which we don't do in America. I was watching that and I was like, oh, there's so many things from Europe that I would love to take in for myself, or like I wish America would take in. But anyways, kind of blue, yes. Why do you watch rain videos? Don't you have enough rain in Quebec? Is there not enough rain? Or do you watch it when it's raining? You're like, no, this rain video or this rain outside is not as good as the rain on my video, so I continue watching the video. Strider says, that's the downside of America, too prideful to want to learn from cultures that have been around longer. I don't even care if they were around longer. As long as they have good ideas, why wouldn't you take good ideas, you know? Like, you're right, though. Like, because I don't know if it's because we're far away or we're so proud. Like you said, we're so proud. I also think we're just so ignorant too. Yeah, we don't want to take in other people's cultures, even though they have great ideas. Japan has this one thing. You guys, in LA, we have a lot of rubbernecking. A lot of it. Like, there'd be so much traffic because of it. But like in Japan, they put up these black screens so you can't see the accident. So you don't rubberneck because there's nothing to see. It's so simple. Why can't we just take that? It's like the most easy thing to do, and then we don't use anything. Yeah. But I think we're also really proud of overworking. We're like, because we're addicted to power and our egos, you know, like America's very superficial, like social media, me. I say that as I'm on a screen also talking and me-ing, but like, you know, like I don't think I'm proud. Plastic, exactly. So America's not even not doing it because maybe they're doing it because they're proud to be workaholics, you know, versus like these Europeans, they feel like they're enough and they feel like they're worthy as they are, so then they could take a break, you know? I don't know. That's what I've noticed when I was with my mother-in-law. She works to the bone, and when she was in Europe, she's just criticizing these Europeans for being lazy. And I was just like, you are going to have a stroke and die someday because you work too hard. And you're saying, like, these people are lazy. And I was just like, the opinions of people are so interesting. American values are so interesting. And they're all run down. And they don't even know that they're unhappy, you know? Yeah, I think you guys are aware that at least we over here, this whole general chat, we're not good at not resting, or I don't know about everyone, but I'm not good at resting. At least I know I'm not happy. Like my mother-in-law, I don't think she knows she's unhappy. She thinks she's killing it. Yes. What was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm moving on. I just go down the list. I don't know if I want to talk about this. Do you guys feel? I mean, we've already talked about this. This is such a painful topic for me because I know I'm like very close to someone that is kind of a man child, and I love him, but he doesn't take accountability for his life, and it bothers me. I'm trying now at this point, I can't help him. You know, he has to help himself. You can't force help down someone's throat either, just like you can't force love down someone's throat. And if he's not willing to get help himself or like receive help, then you just wasting time. And also you're kind of resentful of them for not receiving your help. But it's not, you shouldn't be resentful of them because you see that they're not receiving your help. You have to pivot and do what's best now because you are powerless. At this point, you have to, what's in your control is to soothe yourself if they are going down a rabbit hole and you love them. You just have to watch them and like kind of support them, like be there, listen to them, whatever, like as much as you possibly can, but like mentally you also have to protect yourself. But you also have to soothe yourself and like, I guess, accept that this is their life and this is what they choose to do and you cannot force help down their throat. And they just have this mindset where they just do not take accountability for their life. Yes, sometimes they are the victim. They're not always the victim, but sometimes they are. So we'll give them that. But like, I think I had the saying. The saying was, yes, it's not fair that people gave you this baggage. Whoever gave it to you, mommy, daddy, whatever. Whoever gave you your baggage is not fair. You didn't deserve it. And now it's yours to take care of because there's nothing else you can do. This is your baggage now. You know, you have these mommy, daddy issues or whatever issues, and they are now on to you because this is your life, you know? Anyways, that was my little thing about man children. Yes. Do you guys have any man children in your life or have you guys stopped talking to them? Oh, God, it's so painful. Okay, yeah. Okay, continuing on the man-child rant because this was a part of it. It's so funny when someone does minimal work and then they want to be super praised for it. Or they think that minimal work is like 50% of, like they're doing their fair share of work. And it's just so annoying because they don't see that they're not doing their own laundry. They're not doing their own dishes. They don't cook for themselves. Say they do one thing. They do one thing and then they say, well, I'm doing enough work. I'm contributing. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like... Why don't you try to do what that other person in your household is doing and then come back to me and say you're doing as much work as that person, you know? Yeah, hella annoyed at that. I don't know why they just see, like, if they do a little bit of work, they want to be praised for it. And then they don't see that anyone else that did, like, is doing a bunch of work for them. They don't see any of it. I don't know. That's crazy. I had this funny joke. It was, I don't know if I should spread it because of my husband. He wouldn't like it. But might as well. Okay. Why not? You know what? This always reminds me of Kind of Blue. I don't know if he's still listening, but like, he says, I'm the overshare queen. So let's make that title accurate, I guess. Okay, well, why not? So I am Asian and Asian people have like smaller parts, right? Just naturally. And my husband's Asian and he has a small, not like super small, relax, okay? It's just a good size fit for my vagina. Let's just go and just do it. Yes, of course I'm Asian, duh. Oh, okay, Kind of Blue had an emoji. I don't get this. What is this pog champ? I don't get, okay. Today I learned, what did you learn? Okay, sorry. Let me just tell the story. So then I dated a Hispanic man once and he had a bigger part and I didn't like it. I was like, it was not fitting well. It hurt a lot. And then like I stopped. I never tried again because I was just like, we don't fit, you know, just like a puzzle piece. It doesn't fit. So when I talked to my husband, I think one time I told him about this Hispanic man. I told him he had like the biggest schlong and that it like really hurt and it was not comfortable, whatever. And then I fell asleep. And then the next morning he tells me that he couldn't sleep all night because all he was thinking about was how his wife was porked by this guy who has a bigger dong than him. And I was like, why are men so insecure when I said that we fit well together? Like, I don't know. It's all about perception. perspective, I guess. Like, if you fit well with your spouse, who cares about the relative size of everyone else in the world, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys are male. You tell me what this deal is about, like, this insecurity. But I mean, I'm a woman and I have women insecurities too, so. Kind of blue, you said today I learned. What did you learn? I am done with that. I just want to say that it doesn't make sense that men should love themselves and their wiener for what size they have. Just like I love my big vagina now. It is what it is, and whatever. I don't know. To each their own. What do you guys think? I don't think about other dogs. You would if you knew. Okay. If you were dating someone and you knew that they had been with other people, you would kind of wonder about the other dogs if they brought it up. Not that you would bring it up, but like, you know how women sometimes when they date a new guy and they ask about your ex-girlfriends because they want to be like the best girl that you've been with, like you should do that but with dongs. be like so what size were each one of them, you know? Like, instead of looking at their Facebook, everyone looks at, like, women, you know? Like, you date a woman, she's like, and then she wants to see all of your ex-girlfriend's pictures, and then they ask about them and all that. I don't know if you guys know people like that. I used to do that all the time. Let's see. Kind of Blue says, so now would be a better time in your life to reconnect with Spanish guy. Totally would be. Oh, I love my husband, though. He's the reason my vagina's so big. But not because of his penis, but like because of our daughter. Poor guy. I should stop talking about this in front on the interweb. Yeah. My husband knows me, though. He's like, I don't know if it's okay. I don't know. We're going to marriage counseling anyways. Whatever. We can talk about it then. Strider says, I'm not touching this one with a 10-foot pole. No pun intended. You have a 10-foot pole? Of course you do, Strider. All right. Enough showing off. Let's see. Kind of Blue says, if you're dating a woman, all of her friends know how big your dong is. Just accept it. Yeah, but okay. But I'm on the interweb and I'm sharing this. Like, what if someday his coworkers find out? You know, it's a little different. You are totally talking about your pole. Dang, the fact that you even call your thing a pole is like enough, okay? Like, we know you have yes, you know, you got big arms. I could just imagine. All right. Yes, I know the pole is phallic, but so is your pole. All right, I'm sorry I even brought it up. I just thought it was so fascinating how men are so insecure about things like this when, like, I told him it fits better. Like, you know, I don't know, whatever. I'm sorry. Like, I guess I would say that I wish I dated another man and do the same thing. I'd be like, oh, you're not, like, the biggest I've ever been with, but we fit really good. And then see how insulted he'd be. It's kind of like a backhanded compliment. Right? Like, I just want to put him down a notch, and then I would just be like, yeah, we're a really good fit. I really like the size you are, but you're not the biggest I've ever had. And that would be really funny. Is that messed up? That's pretty messed up, right? Strider says, see why I didn't touch this one. You said you didn't, but the fact that you talked about your pole is kind of... I know you didn't talk about your pole. I just assumed. Kind of Blue said, just don't ever refer to it as cute. I would like to say we all call it the little guy, but I saw that on Scrubs too. I think someone called JD's the little JD or something. So then I call it the little guy, which is insulting. It's fine. We can move on now. Oh, okay. Do you guys, this is such a stupid thing, but did you guys know that you have to dispose your waste? Do you guys dispose your waste properly? Do you ever okay, kind of Blue says, we talking baby carrots here. No, we're not talking about his dingling no more, okay? We can talk about my big vagina, but not my husband's dingling. It is off topic. Okay. Okay. Yes. What do you mean? Yes, you flush the trash down your trash. That's funny. Do you ever look at the battery you have? Because there's no way you're supposed to leave it in the trash can or the recycling or whatever, right? You're supposed to take it somewhere. I don't know where you're supposed to take it, but like I look at my dead battery and I'm like, I know I'm supposed to do something with you, but I'm not going to do it. Do you guys ever do that? And then I didn't know this either. Okay, you can't put plastic in the compost bin, but like you have to cover your bag with your compost, whatever, or else you'll get flies. You can get these compostable bags. Sorry, now I'm just giving tips because this is so important. I don't know what to do about the batteries though. I'm still throwing them away wrong. And oh my God, so there's fat. Did you know I don't know, you guys cook? I cook a lot, so let me tell you the story after I read. Kind of Blue says we have composting, recycling, and regular trash. Strider says, wait, you're not talking about shit, are you? No, I'm not. Yes, you have composting, but you do sometimes put your plastic bags to cover up your compost and throw into compost bin. You're not supposed to do that. And okay, do you know that the fat, because you cultivate a lot of fat, like the baby back ribs I made that gave my husband food poisoning, has a lot of fat in it. It's like a whole jar of fat. You're supposed to wait until that cools down and put it in like plastic containers and put it in your trash. I had no idea. I have been throwing it away in the sewer on the side of my street at the end of the night. Like I'd wait until I think everyone is basically asleep and then like kind of like sneak to my drain and then pour it in. I think that was wrong. My mom friend said that was wrong, but I had no idea. Just something to think about, guys. I did not poison the entire community. It made me think, okay, yes, because my husband had food poisoning. It's messed up. I swear, he was eating that for a week and he was fine. And then all of a sudden he was throwing up. That's not me. That's because the meat got old. Strider says, batteries, I just throw away. Grease, I cover in soap to break down, then put it in a can. Put the can in the trash. Okay, see, you're doing it right about the grease. I didn't know that. I just poured it down the sewer. That was wrong. And batteries, you're not supposed to throw it away. You're not even supposed to. You're supposed to go somewhere. I don't know where. I'm not a serial poisoner. You guys, I just fantasize about people I love dying. It's not the same as actually doing anything about it, okay? Actions versus thoughts, different. And the grease in the fat is good. It was good grease, okay? There was nothing bad about the grease. Nothing was contaminated. I washed my hands. Everything's good. Why are we playing Clue? We should have a board game night. Okay, that's cool. Actually, oh yeah, you know how like we don't like leftist narcissists? My friend loves games and like, but she gets really animated and angry and she always wins. This is just like the worst. If she's not winning, she gets upset. If she does win, she's kind of annoying. And anyways, after that, I hate games. I like try to play with my other friends and they're nice people and I still hate games. Sorry guys, but we can play. I'm not the best to play with either. I'm a mean winner and a mean loser. Yes. I don't know. I'm tired. I don't know if Becky with the good hair. Yes, we can replace her. I like my friend though. I have to say, like, I know she used to be kind of hard to be with, but now I think she's grown into herself. You know, when you get into your 30s, like when you're in your 20s or you're a teenager, you're kind of annoying. Everyone's kind of annoying and they always fuck up a lot. But when you get into your 30s, you kind of calm down. Do you guys think so? You guys still hang out with your friends that were annoying when they were young, but then they kind of grew out of that, became less angry? Notice that people get annoyed at their game playing, etc., etc., etc. Okay, what else did I have? I was the annoying friend. You look like it, kind of Blue. I wouldn't have not guessed that. That's not surprising to me. Strider says, I know, so Blue and I are the same mind. Not really. You guys are kind of different. Okay, perception time. I don't know why I brought this up, but do you guys think we live in a good time? Like, do you think it's a good time to be alive? You know, like, we have technology that is better than how a king would live, but we also live in a time where Trump is our president. So what do you guys think? I would rather have lived in an interesting time. You don't think this is an interesting time? I feel like this is the most interesting time. I'm not saying it's a good time. I'm just saying it's very interesting to live in this time. Like, people in the cult, the Trump cult, telling us on the left that we're in a cult when we don't even like any of the politicians in our cult. You want to live in an uninteresting time. Okay, that's cool. I actually agree with that. I think that would be great. Like nothing hard is going on. Actually don't even know if there is a time that that is uninteresting. I can't think of a good time in general. Like I bet Enlightenment. I don't know what time that was. I don't remember. What was it? We had the Dark Ages, and then we had something, and then we went to. I don't remember. Was it Enlightenment? Whatever. Anyways, there was probably a lot of cons during that time too. I don't know. I think no matter when you live. Oh, okay, the Renaissance. I think no matter when you live, it's not easy for various reasons. Because it goes back to Buddhism and that life is suffering. Buddha's first, I don't know what it is, first law, first whatever, is that life is suffering. So, no matter what, it was violent as well. See, there's not a non-interesting time. Even when a society is flourishing or starting to flourish or flourishing, I would even say, maybe the 1920s, everything was more amazing in America, right? Kind of, but kind of not really. Kind of. It's just not a good time for anything. But then it's also perception, right? Because we still have a greater, I have a bidet, which is so much nicer. The king in England back in the day never had a bidet, and he didn't know the cleanliness of how amazing it is for your butt to be so clean all the time after you have a big poop. You know what I mean? Funny thing, because I have apraxia, sometimes I call it bidet. Oh wait, debay. And then sometimes I call my husband debay. But I really mean bidet. I don't know why. I just thought that was a funny joke, and I wanted to. It was on the list of things to talk about, so. Yes. Let's see. Until 1929, after a big pops. Okay. Kind of believes this best tangent on Twitch. Oh, poops. Okay. Yes, best tangent on Twitch. The bidet situation. I was just saying that there is lots of beautiful things in our life. 2-day shipping is nice. This is a fucked up joke. I just thought it was fucked up, but really funny. I'm gonna say it because I think this is the type of place I can say it. Safe place, right? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna try it. It's a fucked up joke. I can't even say it. Okay, this is just kidding. I feel for all these slaves or these kid workers, right? But it's nice that we have cheap clothes out there or cheap things made by these slave workers or whatever. Yeah, that was a fucked up joke. I told you it was fucked up. I didn't mean it. I don't believe it. And I almost never buy because I'm big on not consuming. So, forgive me for saying a bad joke. I just don't want to be canceled. Kind of Blue, don't cancel me. I feel like Kind of Blue would be the person. He's always trying to. Getting ready to clip. I knew it. Strider says, your humor is darker than my skin. I like that joke. You are quite dark. I think it looks good on you, Strider. I think it does. And yes, I'm glad you like it because I don't know. It's not appropriate for everyone. You know what? I think that's what you think about joking. Joking is supposed to be kind of pushing things. You don't actually believe these things. Or if you did, then it's serious, right? But I think social justice warriors thinks everything is so serious. They can't even understand what joke is. So when you say something that is politically incorrect, even though you're joking, even though you don't actually believe the politically incorrect joke, they still get so mad. And I don't like that. Oh, I could talk about social justice warriors all day. Next thing. Oh, I had a funny joke. It was about my irritable bowel syndrome. So my name is Tin Hong, which I can't pronounce well. It's Vietnamese, whatever. Cannot pronounce it well because I was born in America and my Vietnamese has been shot since I live here. And anyways, My name means, because in Vietnam or in Vietnamese culture, like they name you poetically. So like my name means the scent of heaven. And then I was thinking about like recently, like I don't have irritable bowel syndrome anymore, but please let me have this joke, okay? So it was like if my parents knew that I had irritable bowel syndrome, they wouldn't name me scent of heaven, because I can assure you I do not smell like heaven. Probably the opposite of heaven. I thought it was funny when I wrote it. Yes, that was, or when I thought of it. Okay, I heard a white guy joke about how he went to a barbecue with all black people and was wondering why people kept misgendering him. I don't know, but they weren't. They kept saying, "What's up, Monica?" I don't understand it. Sorry. What do you mean misgendering him? Oh, because his name's not Monica, right? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You'll have to explain the joke. Sorry, I'll wait. He got her to say it. Well played. Oh, wait, I don't get it. No, why are you clipping me? What did I do? This is so uncool, you bastards. I don't get it. Still, I don't get whatever. Just cancel me. Cancel me now before I get big, so that when, the fall won't be too high. It's not, I wouldn't even be falling because I'm already on the ground. But if I was like, successful, I'd feel bad if you canceled me. But, I'm not successful, so like, just do it now, I don't appreciate that. That was not cool. You guys suck. You both suck. I had a random emotional intelligent thought. It was, okay, let's see. Just busting your balls. I understand, but I don't get the thing. You know what? I have to ask ChatGPT, and I hate you guys. I still hate you guys. What is this? And why did they get me to say it? You all suck. How much time do I have left? I have to leave in like 10 minutes because I have to pick up my mom to take her somewhere. Being a good daughter. I'll check your message. I'll check my messages after. I just have a few more. Let me see if I can end on something nice or funny. I don't know. Oh my god, this was funny. Do you guys know how men are obsessed with breast milk? Guys who work out a lot, those bodybuilders, will buy breast milk on the black market. I had no idea. Anyways, my husband was obsessed with that when I was pregnant. Like, he was like saying that I thought I would wake up in the middle of the night after I gave birth, and then like wake up to my husband like breastfeeding, sucking on one of my teats, and then I had to kick him off, like hey, get out here, kind of thing. Like, I thought that was gonna happen. And I was also like, oh, I'm pregnant, and I was walking. You know how you walk by those windows when there's like gyms and whatever, and there's like masculine, like very muscular men, and I was like, oh, I could totally sell my breast milk here, and I would totally pretend that it's all breast milk, but really I'll add like regular cow milk in it, so that save money, make a profit, save money. Okay, Kind of Blue says she needs ChatGPT's help to figure out exactly how much to hate us. Exactly, I know, that's true. It thinks for me at this point. Strider says it's gonna be bad when she realizes. Totally. I might ban you. Just kidding, I'm not gonna ban you. You're always welcome. Kind of Blue says, is there growth hormone in it or something? I think something. Let me see. I don't know what's in it. Why? Okay. Why do bodybuilders want your breast milk? Have you guys ever been on the black market? I've never been. It seems a little scary. I don't know. Would you guys trust getting your drugs from the black market? You don't know these people from Adam, and then, like they're online, and what if they're like a cop? All of that's very scary. I don't know. Why do bodybuilders want breast milk? Superfood reputation. Breast milk is rich in protein, like whey, and healthy fats, carbs, mainly lactose, immune factors, antibodies, growth factors, and hormones. So yeah, probably some kind of growth thing. It says they believe, they don't know for sure, these bodybuilders believe all these natural nutrients could boost muscle recovery, growth, and immunity. Ooh, they say that number 2, breast milk contains insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, a hormone that can support cell growth and repair. In theory, bodybuilders hope it might help muscle gains, but the amount in breast milk are tiny for an adult. Most of it gets broken down in your stomach before it can work systematically. There is no evidence it boosts adult muscle growth. Okay, sorry, we were going back. Now I'm gonna read what you're saying. Strider says, it's because you didn't give him your bottle. He went to the source. They're so silly. So, like, actually, I had a clogged duct. I don't know. You guys know because you guys are men and you don't have wives and you don't have babies. But, like, your nipple is like a shower head. And all of them are supposed to work. But sometimes you get, like, milk can dry up in the pipe, whatever, the little, spew thing, and it's really painful. So, like, your baby or your husband is supposed to suck that out of you to, like, because they have more jaw muscle than your baby. So then my husband did actually, like, suck on my teats to, like, take out that clogged duct. And actually, he's lactose intolerant, and he ended up having to take a dump after. He didn't even drink it. He just, like, sucked it up and, like, spat it out. But, yeah, it's a funny story. So even though he romanticized my breast milk, he couldn't actually drink it. It's because his mom didn't give him any breast milk when he was younger, and he blames her for everything. He blames this one situation about her for everything. I don't know if you guys do this with your mothers or your parents, but it's like, he was like, I could have been taller. He's 5'5". So he's always like, I could have been taller if my mom breastfed me. And then he says, and he's always sickly. So he says, I could have had a better immune system, which I think is true. He could have had a better immune system. Okay, sorry, moving on. Kind of Blue says, step 1, don't do drugs. Kind of Blue says, take a bunch of steroids and sell the super breast milk. Let's see. Dang, even her breast milk poisoned him. That's not true, okay? Hey, you know what? My kid enjoyed it, okay? She was in the 90th percentile. She's a fat baby. Every time we went to the doctors, they would be like, what are you feeding her? I loved it when they said that. What are you feeding her? It was so funny. Good times, man. Let's see. 90th percentile means that she was the average baby. She was the 90th fattest baby. Okay, Strider says, there's no way we went full circle with her, you poisoning him. Blue, we're on the same page. That's so messed up. I did not poison him. I have to leave in 5 minutes, and I'm excited to go because I'm not enjoying my time with you. Let's see. Done with the bodybuilder breast milk situation. Still not clogged duct. Oh, I did talk about the clogged duct. That's cool. I wrote it down too. It's funny that it came out naturally. I don't know what else is there. Okay. Strider says, well, if we upset you, can always go to the bottle. Hey, I am proud of drinking from a baby bottle. I think it's very soothing because it probably reminds me of my mom's teats when I was a baby, subconsciously, not really consciously. Don't we all, though? I mean, you guys like sucking on tits too, so, like, don't trip about me with my bottle, okay? Like, mine's isn't arousing, it's soothing. Yours is a little more Freudian than mine's. Kind of Blue says booty is better than boobs. You with the booty, I swear. Why do you think so? My husband also likes booty better than boobs. And he suspects it's also because he wasn't breastfed when he was little. I don't know why it always goes back to that. What about you? Were you breastfed, kind of Blue? Why do you like booty so much? What about you, Strider? What kind of man are you? Boobs or booty? Both. That's nice. Okay, what if the person you're dating, do you care if does the person you're dating has to have some booty or some boobie? Or can they have nothing? Or do they have to have one or the other? I'm talking to Strider. Or do they have to have both? All the curiosity. Kind of Blue says, a man of culture. So true. Must be a social media thing. I don't have any boobies, which I don't think matters. It looks fine on my body type, so it's all good. And my husband is a booty man anyway, so it worked out for me, I think. I think I'm good. I am going to go help my mom now. Wish me luck. You know, I have a strained relationship with my mother, even though she was the one who had the boobies, and that's why I like the bottle. Anyways, still very strained relationship with my mommy. Strider says, I just like them. I don't like huge tits. So for tits, it would be A to C, and a medium ass is perfect. A to C is really not that big, so... Yes, that was very Freudian in me. I said, okay, whatever, it's fine. A is very small, so yeah, that means that you don't care about boobies that much, I feel. It has to mean that, because you're okay with an A. A is tiny as shit. I don't know. And Kind of Blue, what about you? Are you okay with A's? Oh, God, I have to go. You know what? You can tell me on Discord, okay? I think I'm good. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. It was like a Wednesday. And you were supposed to be working, Strider. I am not hopeful to your work situation. I'm going to get you fired someday. Okay. Thank you for watching. If someone was listening or whatever, please follow if you'd like to. No pressure either way. You're not working. I will see you guys on Discord. If you guys, whoever is lurking or whatever, I don't like calling it lurking. It sounds so fucked up. If anyone's listening and wants to join Discord, I'm always on it with these guys right here. If you don't want to be on it because of them, I understand. You don't have to follow me on Discord. I'm just kidding. They're a nice group of guys. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Or I will, yes, not this Friday. I think it's the next Friday. Let me check. And then I'm going, I swear. I swear. Yes, not this Friday. I'm going on vacation with my husband. I know it's summer too for my daughter. So anyways, we are going to be doing stuff and being under the influence, which is really fun. We like recreational fun, if you guys know what I'm saying. You guys all know what I'm saying, except for Kind of Blue, because he doesn't do drugs. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.